once again. It's Friday, y'all. It's me, Erica. What's going on? We down here. That you sent. Yes, come on, SWV. It's a lot of traffic right here in the morning. Come on. Let's go. I gotta look at, because this car was driving too fast. Come on. I wouldn't know how to recognize. Come on, SWV. It's so much trash right here. These people are so raggedy. I don't like that. You guys, it's Friday, so we're down here. We're gonna be talking about a few things. I didn't come down yesterday. It's been a slow news week. There's some rumors about Tanya and Portia and the new girl at Cynthia's bachelorette party, something. I don't like when they do stuff like that. Can we just wait for the season? I don't like when they do stuff like, I don't want to know what is going on when the cameras, I don't want to know. Just wait. Can we just wait to the damn, I mean, every fucking, I lose my cool. Listen, every fucking season, it is a goddamn Scooby-Doo, Nancy Drew, Murder, She Wrote mystery of somebody trying to figure out what someone did before we get to see the season. I don't care. I don't want to know. 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 Diva and I was talking about the other day, and I was like, it's probably one of those new girls trying to prove themselves, and Portia. That's exactly what I said. And turns out one of the people is who? One of the people is who? The Underground Railroad, honey. Hosea Williams' granddaughter. That's who it is down there. That's what I heard. So that's the rumor right now. So we will never know. So, and I'm not trying to figure it out, nor do I give a damn. Okay? I'm just letting y'all know. Yes, I came through like that first. First and foremost. First of all, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. We down here. Come on, let's see. Let me see what song comes on next. Cause y'all, let's see. Oh no. Uh-oh. Yes, come on, Kim. I'm gonna play this in the background. Come on. Can y'all hear? I hope you can hear it, cause I need to hear it, cause I need to keep my little mood up. I'll turn it up so y'all can hear it. Okay, so I watched David and Tamar last night. Is that the name of the show? What's the name of the show? I don't even know the name of the show. And then I got a few things to talk about real quick, okay? Yes, come on, Biggie. I rely on Bed-Stuy to shut it down if I die. Yes, come on. Okay, and they did. Okay, Tory Lanez has been charged with assault with a semi-automatic firearm, personal use of a firearm, unregistered firearm that inflicted great bodily injury. He will be arraigned on October 13th. I know. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's just been charged. That doesn't mean a conviction. And now you got all of his goddamn Magnum PIs out here trying to figure, they on the case, trying to figure out how to get him, his defense attorneys, okay? They on the case, honey. Electric chair. Insert Kaya meme, okay? So, he could end up with 22 years. He can go to jail 22 years. That's a long time. But here it is. I don't give a damn who it is. Now, a bullet, like I said last night, or the day before, or somewhat other day, a bullet or two left the barrel of an unregistered firearm. So whatever the code of law is that doesn't comply with, that's the punishment he should get. You had an unregistered firearm. You shot it. And it hit somebody, and it hurt somebody. Yes, no bones, no tendons, but it still hit someone. Off you go. Shit. Nobody got time for that. I'm glad they finally charged him. They probably just waiting. That's why he's been out, because he already knows he's about to be arraigned when? Next week. You out of here. You got to go. You're not going to be down here shooting our Black American women. You're not. And then acting like you protecting them and setting up. Tory Lanez ain't shit. He ain't never gonna be shit. His daddy probably ain't shit. And his grandfather probably ain't shit either. So just a line of ain't shit niggas. And this was from NPR. That was my source. Just the FYI. Eboni K. Williams. Y'all know who Eboni K. Williams? She was on State of the Culture. She is a she's in law. She got some kind of law degree. Let me find out what Eboni K. Williams, what kind of law degree she has. Hold on. Let's see. Eboni K. Williams. Does she have a Wikipedia? Yeah, American attorney and television host. She was on State of the Culture. I don't know what happened to State of the Culture when the pandemic came. I don't know. I guess they weren't interesting enough to do it on virtual, because everybody else is doing their shows virtually. So I don't know what happened to State of the Culture. She's a Virgo. Shout out to Eboni K. Williams. But they've announced that she is going to be coming to Real Housewives of New York. She's coming through as Leah's friend. I don't like it. I don't like it. I told y'all yesterday I didn't like it. I don't like forced integration. Leah is barely making it with the group. I know that Real Housewives franchise as a whole might be trying to, kind of age out the women, because Ramona's damn near a grandmother. I'm not trying to be ageist, but the fact remains that the lives of people as they get older gets less interesting, okay? And that's just the facts, right? They're not out partying. They're not going through, they've come into their own self-identity. They're not dealing with niggas who ain't shit. I mean, some older women still are, but most of them, they're like settling into this level of confidence where all the outside stuff doesn't mean that much, right? Arguing with people. Cynthia is one that always says, I don't feel like I need to argue. Y'all want me to turn up? Y'all want me to cuss people out? That's not who I am. I don't feel that it is required all the time. Cynthia is of a certain age. Cynthia and Nene are around the same age. What do we say about Cynthia? She's boring, right? She doesn't turn up. She's one of those women. She's in your friend group. She's like one that's like, I'll get the bitch together when necessary. So when you get a certain age, we want to see, it's not entertaining, right? After a while, the women are, I don't know, Ramona, Sonia, I don't want Eboni to be the victim of microaggressions and ignorance that is going to definitely come from Ramona and definitely come from Sonia. So they're saying that Eboni is Leah's friend. They're saying that she's also kind of acquaintances with Luann. To me, I feel like the show has been on 12 years. Why in the world would you inject to me and force a black woman just so that you can appease your viewers and fulfill this diversity, quota? I don't think it's cool. I don't want to see a bunch of forced friendships. We are seeing that on the Real Housewives of Potomac. No one on that show are really friends, right? Except for, what's the girl's name? Giselle and Robin. They're the only ones that we could say that they are friends, right? They are friends, right? Karen, who is Karen's friends with on this show? She's in constant battle with Giselle. She thinks Robin is a ditzy bitch. She barely likes Ashley, right? She done told Ashley about her marriage and her life, and they done got into it with Michael and them. And then Monique and Candace, Karen really sticks with them, but she's like a matriarch to them. You know what I mean? She's like the matriarch of the group. Now, with Ramona, I don't know. I mean, like, Ramona and Sonia are friends. Eboni and Leah are friends. Ramona and Sonia gave Leah a hard time. I don't want anybody having a hard time just to be in a friend group. I want it to be organic. I want it to be natural. I don't want people having conflict or trying to find their way. Now, I know every season they bring a new girl on. You looking at the girl sideways, trying to figure out if they're going to work out or not. Everybody was looking at Sutton crazy. Sutton wasn't even a friend of the housewife, and she had more screen time than Garcelle. Hello. And I don't think that I want to see a forced friend group. I don't want to see it. You might as well put them in a real world house if that's the case. I don't want to see that. I'm just not interested. And I'm not interested in the first black woman. Have another New York segment, right? Have another New York. I know I said Harlem, as everybody's like, Harlem's not black anymore. Well, great. That's great. Talk about what's going on in Harlem. Talk about the friend, get a friend group from Harlem so they can talk about shit going on, their friendships and stuff like that. Get some girls from Brooklyn. I don't know. Get some, leave the New York City housewives alone. I don't want no black women on that show. Erica, why? Because I don't. I want those drunk. I want to see those white women getting drunk, getting white girl wasted. That's all. I don't want to see no black girls on this, in this cast. I don't. Leave them as they are. Now, I don't know. And like Bethany was talking to Andy the other day and was like, I've recommended so many black women. She like, I just want to put it on record. I myself have recommended so many black women. She said she recommended Leah, right? So now they bring in Eboni K. Williams. So we're going to see what it's going to be like. She is a Virgo. Ramona is an Aries. I don't know what sign. I think Leah is a Virgo as well. What is Luann? Oh God. I don't know, but I just think it's going to be I don't want any racial conflict. I don't want microaggressions to be on television as a form of entertainment. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. And that's just how I feel about it. All right. What time is it? All right. I got to do time checks. Okay. I saw on Twitter the other day, I just want to give this girl a shout out. This is a ride sharing service in the Atlanta area, also in Little Rock, and then they're planning to go to Dallas. It is a ride-sharing app for women, and it was founded by two women. One is 22 years old, the other is 25 years old, Kirsten Harris and Jillian Anderson. Not of the X-Files, okay? They are creating a safety ride share for women and LGBTQ plus folks because, we know that Uber has had over 3,000 sexual assaults happened while people have been using their ride share service. They are doing background checks. On IG, they are GETHERIDE. So if you're in the Atlanta area, this is not an ad. I just thought this was wonderful to see two black women creating something for women, for the safety of women. Because a lot of times people they've been sexually assaulted when they're in an Uber ride, stalking, domestic violence situations, sex trafficking, women like disappearing. So this is for women and LGBTQ folks, and it's called, this is from Reckon.com. This is where I found the article. Again, it's called HERide. And again, they're on IG at GETHERIDE. I thought it was perfect. I just wanted to shout them out. Young women creating safe spaces for women. We're for it. Black women. Hello. So we are all for it. So that's all I wanted to say. So last night I watched Tamar Get Your Life. What did I say, David and Tamar? Tamar Get Your Life. It's David's 50th birthday. Now, I don't want to review this. I'm watching it because I really wanted to see David. I really wanted to see how he behaved. I really wanted to see that. And this episode that came on was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back when it comes to Goldie, a dream worker who is helping Tamar stop for a second, analyze her dreams, and cultivate a level of creativity that is going to help her in her career. David, we know, is a Nigerian man who is dating Tamar, and since then they're not together anymore. And this is his 50th birthday. She's planning a birthday for him. I saw David on the phone with his sister, saying that she had doubts about Tamar's family. When you marry to a Nigerian man, they're saying that you marry the whole family, and we're very opinionated on our spiritual beliefs. We are not public. We are very private. And David says to his sister, yeah, I think that when you have your family is public like that, when you have issues with your family, it's hard to heal, because everybody that is watching and the viewers and the followers kind of change or, aid in your, or color your perspective. I think that's what he said. And, do I agree with him? I do agree with him. I do agree that when your family is in public, outside sources can influence how you feel about the situation, right? You might see someone else's perspective and be like, oh, I didn't even see that. I didn't even see it that way. You know what I mean? So I do agree with him on that. I don't know why Goldie was invited to David's party. He does not like her. He has some questions as to the source of this power that she is teaching Tamar. And everybody has clocked David pretty much, especially Goldie, who was like, I know he doesn't want me around her because maybe she will see the truth. And it may not include him, right? So they want Goldie to come to his party. And Goldie even says, I'm going against my intuition. She ends up, having too much to drink. She failed at one point. But David brings his family. They weren't on camera a lot. They were just in shots. We didn't see we saw Tamar kind of conversing with the brother-in-law, I believe, and the sister. It was odd because I guess David he came in trying to introduce his family to everybody, and he was like introducing them to the servers and stuff. It was so weird. And Goldie kept saying David with his white suit. He got on his white suit. And he did. He had on his white suit. He looked like he was performing. She said that she is concerned about Tamar because she feels Tamar will sacrifice her self-work, the work that she's doing for herself, so that she can be successful, that she will sacrifice the work for him. Because David is questioning Goldie's work, the source. I'm a Christian man. And like Tamar told him, everything that you don't understand does not come from the devil. And there are a lot of people who operate like that. Like they think that if I don't understand, it's come from the devil. Even though throughout the Bible, they talk about dreams. They talk about people having dreams. And then his brother sat down and he was like, in the Bible, it says, do not consult with mediums or spiritualists. First of all, were those words even words when the Bible was written? Let's start there. Let's start fucking there. Okay? Because what were those words changed to discourage you from seeking someone who has a gift? Hello? Who can help you? Yes, people use their gifts for good and evil, right? It's that's how it works. And you automatically think that this woman is doing evil, something evil. Why wouldn't you assume that this woman wanted good for Tamar? You keep saying, I want to know the source. I want to know the source. He says that I don't know, Goldie looked uncomfortable, but she wanted to confront David about what he said, because he said that her work was witchcraft. And she's like, no, it's not. And I don't appreciate you saying that. And she kept going. And one thing that you noticed about Goldie and what happened is you saw someone going against their intuition and then coming into a unfavorable situation. She should not have been there. She should not have been at it's a party for him. But Tamar wanted her there, and she wanted to be there for Tamar. Tamar rarely talked to her. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Tamar, I have some notes from the last time I watched the show, and I wrote some things down because Tamar has said different things like, I'm fighting the devil, or no one listens to me. I'm nervous to sing. I'm the black sheep. And then David says Tamar is open and trusting. And it's a lot of like him trying to get Goldie away from Tamar. And I believe it's exactly what she saw. And she was like, he wants me away from her because if I'm around her, she's going to be able to see him for who he is. He's running around in here in his white suit. I feel like it's all for show. He's worried about the perception that people on the series are going to have. So he's being phony and performative. And, you know, he's very like, at one point Tamar goes into a room, like a side room. I guess she was tired. She said it was hot. And he was like, come, you know, he was like, you know, what are you doing? Come on, the people are here to party with me. It's my birthday or whatever. And she was like, I just came in here because it's hot. It's 81 degrees up there. I just came down here. I told people I would be right back. It's hot. And he was like, well, do you want me to send them home? She just said she was hot. What are you doing? Like, are you trying to, I feel like David intentionally creates conflict and confusion in Tamar's life. I really, truly believe that he does that because on another episode, she had asked Logan has a bedtime. He's in there riling the little boy up, playing guns, doing everything but winding down. And it's during times when Tamar is talking to Goldie or when Goldie is around and she's dealing with Goldie, he creates confusion. He calls her. He makes noise in the house. It's literally creating confusion. And I think it's so gross to watch him. And I saw him talking to Goldie on the last episode. He was trying to trip her up over her words. Well, you said, and he goes, every attorney knows that when you are trying to lead someone, you will ask certain questions. And for me, I would have been like, bitch, I'm not an attorney. So what the fuck would you even inject that? I'm not an attorney. If I'm helping somebody and guiding somebody on a path, because I have the experience to guide them on a path where they want to see themselves be great in their creativity. Well, I don't know if this is of God, and if it's not of God, then I don't want nothing to do with it. This is not for you. Luckily, this is not for you. This is for Tamar. Well, this is for Tamar's soul and Logan's soul and my soul. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? So Goldie says, I want to talk about the David stuff with Tamar. The party is over. The next day, they're sitting down. They're going through, they're interpreting Tamar's dream. And he finds it odd that Tamar can go back into her dreams and keep analyzing it. Where is that coming from? Haven't you ever thought that maybe the person you with is also gifted? Hello? And if she's able to do things where you feel like only certain type of people can do, maybe she's that type of person. Maybe she's anointed. Hello? Y'all think everybody's anointed? I mean, everybody is anointed. I was just being facetious. But I feel like everybody is anointed, and some people just don't know how to tap into their universally given gifts. They just don't know. They're either clogged up, not rooted, not grounded, whatever it is. It's just some people who just will never tap into their gifts, right? And then there's some people that are around you that know that you're gifted, and they understand that you're gifted, and they want to do whatever they need to do in order for you to either lose that gift or the ability to access that gift, because you can have people around you who will cause so much confusion that you will remain ungrounded, right? You will always need to ground yourself. You will always feel like you just floating around trying to figure it out. That always happens. And Tamar is to me, it feels like she's in a tornado trying to just walk around and just live. And this man seems to be, from what we see being captured on television, seems to be causing a lot of confusion in her life. Where is this power coming from? What is the source of this power? So She's in the middle of her dream work. Her mother calls, then David calls, and then David says, I want to have another meeting with Goldie. So he wants to keep harassing her in order to push her away. He finally got to push her away, but he keeps harassing her, making it difficult for her to work with Tamar because, like she said, that we always choose our man, don't we? You'll choose your man over your self-work. You will choose a man over the work that you have to do for yourself. And Tamar is exhibiting that behavior, and Goldie called it out. Tamar, her friend, I didn't think the makeup artist, he was like, she gonna do what she want to do anyway. She was like, no. She, we always gonna be down with our men. We always gonna stay with our men, don't we? So she already knows what Tamar is going to do. But eventually, Goldie, her whole demeanor changed. It was a lot of masculine energy. Even the way that she was walking, it changed. It was everything. I was like, oh, Goldie's not playing with David. She was like, come on, let's talk. They cut their mics off, baby. They cut their mics off. And she told him, I've been all around this fucking world. I don't know who you are. She called him all kind of motherfuckers. She was cussing his ass out. I said, Goldie, and then when she came out of the room, Goldie was walking like a nigga. I was like, oh, okay, girl. You had to access that masculine energy to let this man know I have a voice. Just because I got this long stringy hair and I'm little lanky girl, honey, I can access that and get your ass together because you ain't no taller than me, nigga. She called him a fucking fuck. She told him, she said, I'm done. He needs to sit in his lane and worry about his hedge funds and understand that creativity comes from God and I'm doing God's work. I said, come on, Goldie, bitch. I'm doing God's work. Creativity comes from God. And if he just sat in his lane and focus on his hedge funds and realize that let his woman do what she does and not stop worrying about him, maybe she'd be all right. But I don't know what is wrong with Tamar. I feel like Tamar is very insecure. And so she tries to I want Tamar to come into an understanding that because her father abandoned her and men around her have been abusive towards her in different ways, she has to understand that having a man around you is not, and who is not supportive of you, is not the type of security you should want, because he's not going to support you. He's not going to support you. You are picking men who are, she's so strong to me. She's so strong, but yet so vulnerable and just like a child and so insecure. You have this great gift and you're afraid to sing in front of people. Why? Why? Why are you so afraid to sing in front of people? What happened? And what is this man doing to encourage you to be better? What is he doing? I don't know. I just think David is really, she was like, I'm done. Goldie was like, I'm done. I've expressed my truth. He cares about the series. And then he goes, why is she getting upset? Something happened in that room. They kept trying to get the big dude, her assistant. They kept trying to get him downstairs. And I couldn't tell whether he was against Goldie or whether he was for David, because it was like, did you hear what she said? She said something about witchcraft, and all the producers are looking around like, what? But what she said is, I don't appreciate you calling my work witchcraft. I've been around this fucking world. You're not going to tell me how to do my work. Who the fuck are you? She was cussing his ass out. And she just had to say, she said, I had to speak my truth. And I had to say it to him. I had to meet him once. And I'm glad she was able to, like, listen, I'm going to go confront him. And she kept bringing up, which I thought was a weird analogy, to say that Tamar is on stage twerking, and where is in the Bible does it say that she can do that? But the most hypocritical thing about David is, you're all about Jesus and God and Christianity and all of the other this stuff, but still you are fornicating with Tamar. You're mad at Tamar at the beginning of the series because she wanted to go 45 days without having sex with you. And you had a problem with that, Christian brother. from Nigeria. You had a problem with her not having sex with you, but you want to know the work that she's doing to better herself. You want to know if it's coming from the devil. You think that Tamar's mind is so weak, right? He was doing all of this projecting. Everything that he was afraid Goldie was doing, I feel like he was doing. Just like Goldie said, somebody that accuses you of something is usually doing it. She's like, every time I look at David, I feel like he's giving me the evil eye. He was acting like he was so cool, and she kept saying in his white suit. He's putting on a show for these people. So she said, she's a dream worker. She said she's going to have to recover from this. She closed the door and said, goodbye forever. I said, come on, bitch. He was trying to make a mockery out of her, and he was trying to get her in a place where she lost control. And she did. But she did it on her own accord. She went in there aggressive. She went in there assertive because she said she had to speak her truth to this man and look him dead in his face. I don't know if she got in his face or they started fighting, but you can hear Tamar saying, David, no, stop. I don't know what he was trying to do. I don't know what he was doing. I can't even speculate what he was doing. But she finally came out the room, went outside, and then her assistant was like, you gotta go. And then he was like, well, I can understand when a man feels like somebody is trying to tear up their family. How is Goldie trying to tear up your family but show Tamar the truth about who you are? And she told him, I think the people in your dreams, there's a father figure that represents betrayal. And that's her father. We already know the story. He was never around. Tamar's the youngest, right? Never around. He was spreading it low, laying it low and spreading it wide. Ain't that what her mother said? He was out there being a whore, a pastor being a whore. Hello, Giselle Bryant. He was a pastor out there being a whore and abandoned Tamar. And Tamar has been in... I don't know if she ever gonna write a book, but she's been in a lot of relationships with men who abuse her, who emotionally, physically abuse her. David, I don't know what he was doing. I feel like he was trying to control Tamar. You know, a lot of people feel like David was a predator in terms of figuring out who Tamar was and then aligning with her so that he can become, because at first David didn't want to be on camera. He didn't have any interest in that. And now he's on camera taking pictures of himself, doing all of this stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Okay, honey. Goldie told him to stay in his lane. If he stayed in his lane, he wouldn't have to be worried about her if he stayed in his lane. I don't know. I'm glad that she's not with him anymore, but I really want Tamar to get some help. But let me look at these other notes that I took from the other episode. Tamar says, I'm not fighting anyone but the devil. And I said out loud, yourself. The devil that you're fighting is right in here. You are your own worst enemy, girl. It's no outside sources. That's all internal. But it's a lot of outside sources around you that's creating confusion so that you cannot stay grounded and look inside and fight that devil. Doing the most. He just seemed to always be causing confusion around them. I didn't like it. He's pushing his beliefs on her, imposing his beliefs. He's explaining it to his family wrong. They weren't on camera at all. They seemed to be judgmental. His sister was like, you know, we're very opinionated. So is Tamar. So what's up? What's up, sis? We can be opinionated together. Hello? Who are you telling? You're opinionated about your religion. What are you talking about? Keep your religion. That's your religion. That's your personal experience. You are not going to put your personal beliefs onto me in a way that stifles me, that I feel that stifles me, that is keeping me from being what I feel is the best for me. You're not going to tell me what you feel is the best for me while employing this idea that I'm doing something evil. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. They made Goldie change her clothes. It was that I keep calling him a security guard because of his size, but her assistant, that big boy. He wanted her. I don't know about that dude. I don't know who that dude is, but I didn't get a vibe. At first, he gave Goldie some good advice. He was like, girl, you know, you're going to do what you do. But then he was like making her change her clothes, giving her something pink so she wouldn't look like a witch. Fuck David. And when you marry a Nigerian, you marry their whole family. Okay, you're going to marry the whole Braxton family too. So what's tea? What are we talking about here? What is the point of what you're saying? Well, I guess her not being in good standing with her family is not a good, you know, it's not a good look. It's not a good look. But Tamar is the black sheep. She is the black sheep. She's the youngest. She didn't get a lot of the attention. By the time it was her, it was just like, girl, okay, whatever. What you gonna do? You gonna be at home by yourself? What you doing? You raising yourself? What's going on? So she been trying to look for men and her father and every man she's messed with. They're managing her career like their total father thing, taking care of everything, managing, producing. Vince didn't let her use any other producers. Come on. Jeannie Mai got down to the real and told y'all to be submissive. Y'all, submit is the wrong word, y'all. Y'all gotta stop using that word. Stop using that word. And to me, I feel like if you have to make some kind of public announcement that you submit to your man because you need to make him feel like a man, go take your dumb ass somewhere else. That shit is so dumb to me. It is so dumb. Like, you need to say, oh, I'm a strong woman, so I gotta submit to my man. Why are you making that statement out loud? Why is it that you have to be with somebody that where you have to like kind of submit in order to make him feel like a man? So in order for him to feel like a man, you have to be submissive? Like, what the fuck is that about? That's so dumb to me. Stop using the word submit. It sounds too much like slavery, like you're a slave. I understand that if you are in a relationship and each of you have your strengths and your weaknesses, and where you are strong, he supports you. Where he is weak, you support him. Where you are weak, he supports you. Or whoever, however the couple is created. But where you are weak, they're strong. Where you are strong, they stand back. Because they don't have, that's their weakness. Why am I going to let, just because this person has a penis, why am I going to let them run my house? For what? What does that mean? What does that mean? Oh, to make decisions. And like Rodney said, happy birthday to Rodney. Shout out to Rodney, the voice. His birthday was yesterday. We had so much fun on his live. It was a good time. And he was talking about this too. My thing is, it's the wrong word. Say, I look to my husband to make the decisions, the final decisions in our household. This idea of submission, it's ridiculous. It's just the wrong word for me. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's triggering for me. I'm not submitting to any. It sounds too much like only person the only thing or entity or energy you should be submitting to is yourself. Not any outside person. You should not be doing that. You should not be doing that. I just don't understand that dynamic in cisgender heterosexual relationships. I just don't get it. You don't have to, you have to I feel like when you say submit, when I think of submit, I think of dimming, I think of stifling, I think of pushing down, I think of everything that's like how Lonnie Love was like, it's like this. No, I need to be in an equitable relationship where we collaborate with each other. We support, uplift, and encourage each other. If Jeezy said, hey, Jeannie Mai, since you submit to me, I want you to quit the real because I want you to move to wherever. Because this is what I think is going to be good for the family. Are you going to quit your job? Because he told you to? Like, you don't, when you say it like that, that's what everybody's thinking. Like, what do you mean submit? Yeah, I want my husband to make the final decisions in my household. Why? Because he has a penis? And because doing that makes him feel more of a man? Makes absolutely no sense to me. It doesn't. And then she wants to give advice.
Line in. Please say a command.
Bluetooth audio.
Bluetooth audio.
Here she go.
Once again, right before your eyes. Jeannie Mai, going into my marriage, I want to submit to my man. Let me explain. When I hear this definition, like you just said, Adrian, submitting has a negative connotation.
It does.
Means that you are less important, you are lower than that person that you're submitting to.
Yep.
It usually can be like, you know, referenced as somebody who works lower than you, and that's not what I'm referring to here.
Yeah,
but what I really learned in my life for my definition of marriage, I'm not saying what I want works for everybody, I'm saying for me, I'm a very dominant woman. I own my business, I lead my teams, I played my own manager, my own publicist, my own lawyer when I didn't have money to have those people. So I make the decisions in my life. When I come home, I like the idea that my man leads us. That doesn't mean that in this case, Jay makes all the decisions for us. That doesn't mean that when he says,
so what does it mean? I want to hear, like, what does it mean? You don't say, it doesn't, it's the wrong word, and words mean things. I think when you are saying that you want your male partner to make the final decision simply because of them being a male, that is just so shallow and so ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense to me. And then, like I said, and I'll say it the last time, if you have to do anything so that you have to change your dominant personality, find you a man who is comfortable with a woman who has a dominant personality. And when her dominant personality comes out, he stands back. Because that is her strength, right? Like, what is this? Like, oh, I don't need to be dominant around. What is that? I don't get that. All of this, oh, I gotta be. What about being feminine means that you can't be dominant? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't get it. Okay, I'm done talking because I don't want to get mad. Anyways, y'all have a wonderful weekend. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Y'all can get down in the comments, have a conversation, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace. Dominate. I have a dominant personality. So, girl, what's wrong with that? I don't even, that shit is dumb to me. That shit is so stupid. I don't even know how to verbalize how fucking dumb that shit is. That shit is dumb as fuck. And why do you have to say that out loud? Okay, if that's what you do, fucking do it, bitch. Don't nobody need to hear that you making yourself less than to appease a person with a penis. Fuck out of here. That shit is dumb as fuck. You sound like a fucking dummy. You sound dumb. You don't sound dominant. You sound dominant. Fucking dummy. I need to submit to my man. You sound like a fucking dumbass. You fucking dumb cunt, bitch. That's what I really wanted to say to Jeannie, my stupid ass. You sound fucking dumb. And then you're going to go on and give some advice to the girls. Give advice. Oh, I just want to suggest, No. That's a weak motherfucker. A weak nigga wants you to be weaker in order for him to feel like he's strong. That's it. Tired of that mentality. Stop speaking that shit. What was that, about 2 years ago? Fantasia was on that shit. I need to submit to my man. Bitch, unless you hopping out the car and somebody asking you, what do you do for a living? And your response is, why? Do for a living? Why I'm married? Then that's when you submit. Unless you gotta work, you and that motherfucker is working, you 50-50, you doing this, ain't no submission, nigga. Fuck out of here.